Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at a few different videos. There's one in particular that I wanted to cover, but it just wasn't long enough to look at by itself. So we're going to look at a couple others that I've been wanting to cover that are really short. So now I guess it's kind of a top fail situation. I don't know. If you want to support the channel for free, simply hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy the videos, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to get notified when I post, you can hit the bell button. My description has sources and affiliate links and all that good stuff, so feel free to check that out too if you'd like. All right, let's get started.
It's the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head.
We are going to start with a video that I wanted to cover originally, but it just wasn't long enough for me to cover it by itself. It's from Brit McVeigh, who is someone who just, I think, joined Abby Noah's team, and Abby Noah was the person one of the two people I covered in the previous video. It was Abby and Dana. That was a long video, and they were just, ew. I don't really know how else to say it. They were just... But this video is called Clap Back. So Brit is the person who's joined Abby in Beauty Society, and Brit is making a video called Clap Back, and I'm guessing it's because she left Lime Life, but I'm not sure, or that because she left her MLM or whatever. Let's go ahead and watch.
I'm hopping on today because I want to do my skincare with you guys, but I also want to talk about something. Arendine, do I say your name correctly? Arendine? Oh, I hope I do. If I butcher it, put it in the comments. Hey, Angela. I want to ask, how do we find so much time for mean girl behavior? I really want to know. How do people...
I'm surprised that she's surprised. She seems surprised. She's like, how do we find so much time for mean girl behavior? Babe, you're in an MLM scam. How do you find so much to scam people and then look at yourself and smile like you're not doing it? I could ask you questions all day like that. Do you want that? When you're in a situation where you're already doing something morally and ethically wrong, how are you surprised that other things are happening like that? I don't get that thought process.
People find time for mean girl behavior, because there are some days I can't even brush my teeth before noon, and I just don't have time for it. Hi, Chelsea. So today I want to remind...
Please make time to brush your teeth, everyone. This is a public service announcement. Please brush your teeth.
Today I want to remind you... Hi, Allison. I use the Heritage Store rose water. It's my favorite. I've tried a bunch of other ones. La Roche-Posay rose water, and I just don't like it. This one's my favorite by far. This is a little travel I keep in my purse. Those of you who know me, you've seen me. I'm like always spraying rose water. It's a habit my mom taught me. But yeah, so this is the one that I use. Highly recommend. It's actually in my Amazon store too for easy grabbing. Hi, Chelsea. Okay, call me Ari. LOL. It's pronounced Aridney. Oh my gosh, I'm such a butcher.
You're such a butcher? I know she meant like, she butchers names, but like a butcher? I've not heard it said like that. That's interesting.
Hi, Nubia. So listen, I want to have a real talk with you guys because hi, baby. I like to have real talks. I just want to remind everybody that mean girl behavior is not good. It's not a good look. There are such beautiful women out there who are mean girls who it makes you look very ugly.
You know what else makes you look really fucking ugly? When you scam people for money. But that's just my personal opinion.
And man, like one of the hardest parts of walking through life being an empath is that when you love your friends.
Okay. Is this another Ursher thing? Because whenever I laughed hard and because a lady was calling Usher Ursher, y'all were like, no, he calls himself that too. And then I was like, well, fuck. She said empath. Now, I don't know a whole lot, and my 2 brain cells are working hard during this video, but I'm pretty sure it's empath. Hold on.
Empath. Empath.
I don't like to shit on grammar and stuff like that. Like, if I get what you're saying, that's enough for me. But I couldn't pass this one up. I couldn't pass it up. An empath? Whatever. Maybe I'm just being insensitive.
Is that when you love your friends so much and you see your friends going through something, you literally just want to bend over and cry. Hi, Christina. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have a great nail tech. She's my best friend. When you see your best friends hurting because of people's behavior, you want to react. And that's the first thing I want to do. I want to react. I want to go.
I want you to know that you getting on this video and talking about it is a reaction in of itself. If you're sitting there and you're like, oh, these mean girls, I don't want to react. I don't want to give them clout or whatever. You getting on a live video and talking about it is reacting. Okay? You are doing what you say you weren't gonna do.
I want to come to the rescue. Hi, Holly. Hi, Felicia. I want to be like, hey, this is not good behavior. But what God's been teaching me lately is that my tongue is not a good place. Like, I know that about myself. I know. Anyways, I'm gonna start doing my skincare routine when I talk to you guys. I know that. Are we using Saving Face again? We are. Do we care? No. This is my third time this week, so I'm just going to max out at that. This is my foaming facial. I'm going to put it on. You're going to see it foam before your eyes. It'll stop foaming when it's done working. What I have learned about my tongue is exactly what the Bible says about it. It is a fire, and that it burns fast. And when I let my tongue go, it does a lot of damage. Matter of fact, my husband, like, when we get in little tiffs, hi, Chelsea. When we get in little tiffs, he's like, you know what to say to make it hurt. Like, you go there. You go for the jugular. And
you sound like a great human being. Would love to be your friend.
I do, and it's an area of opportunity for me to tame my tongue, to know it's a wildfire. And my immediate flesh response wants to be like, don't do this to my friends. Don't be mean to my friends. I want to immediately go for the jugular. I want to go for where it hurts. I want to go for people's woundings that I know they have, because that's like the human part of me, the human flesh part of me, where I'm just like...
there's actually humans that don't want to go for the wounds, that don't want to go for the jugular. Of course, she's using faith manipulation here. That's a classic MLMer thing to do. But it's interesting how she's talking about human versus Christian part of her. This is a thing. I used to do this too when I was a Christian, that the human part is bad. When you do something bad, they're like, oh, it's because I'm human. But when you do something good, it's like, oh, it's because I'm Christian. It's because of God. How about when you do something bad and you consistently do it and you know that you want to do it, that maybe it's just who you are. Maybe it's just a part of who you are that really sucks. Listen, we all suck in some way. There's bad parts in all of us, no matter who you are, there are. But for you to be someone who wants to go for the jugular and who wants to wound people, that's interesting. I don't think that's all right. I don't think that is just a human part of you, not the real part that God loves or whatever. I think that's just who you are. That's just part of you because it's part of who you are. I hate this idea that it's just the human part, it's the sinful part. No, it's still part of you. Maybe it's something you could work on and get better at and stop eventually doing, but it's definitely still part of who you are, and you don't blame it on the human. You blame it on you, and then you do stuff to work on it. And I know that people, Christians who watch this are like, but I do work on it. I know it's the human part of me. I know it's part of me, but what she's doing here in particular is she's saying that's just the human part. That's not who I am. I'm God's child type of thing. I feel like that's the vibe she's getting off. Maybe you're getting a different one. I'm so tired of MLM boss babes, Christians in general, with peace and love to my Christian friends. And I'm sure you're tired of this too. Getting on, or not even just getting on here in general in videos, but just saying like, oh, that's the human part, not God's part. No, it's still part of who you are as a human being. You're human, meaning that it's not just the humanity part of you being sinful. It's something that's part of you that you need to work on and get better at. I'm tired of hearing it. And listen, she's like, I'm gonna be a good person in this video. I'm not gonna react. I'm not gonna say anything. That's exactly what you're doing. You literally titled this Clap Back.
Wanting to react. And what I have learned, even in just the last couple of years, I feel like God's been teaching me is that there is power here. I have this beautiful power where I can be silent and let God do what he does for people. And at the end of the day, I just want to remind us this, okay? Mean girl behavior, it's not a good look. Hey, cuz, it's not a good look. It makes really beautiful girls very, very ugly. Number two is that there's power in your tongue. You can speak life, you can speak death, and every single day, every single moment, we are choosing life or death over people.
Talk about fear mongering. That's part of the Christianity I can't stand either, is this fear mongering part of it. I have so much I need to talk about when it comes to Christianity as someone who has a master's in theology, who was extremely religious, and who was a Christian. I've processed a lot more of it now after 4 years of no longer being one. And by the way, I don't hate Christians. I don't have anything against them unless, and I don't have anything against religion in general, by the way. No hate on religion, unless you are hurting people and fear mongering and blah, blah, whatever, whatever. And that's what she's doing. She's like, you choose life or death. You speak life or death. You choose life or death every day. And it's like, well, no, not actually. Not really. Whatever. I'm just going to let her cook for a bit.
A lot of times I'm choosing in these situations more death than I am life because of frustration and because of humanity. But I want to remind you that there is power in being silent. And I posted something the other day about sheep and lions, right? You will see lions in their habitat. Hi, Nico. And you will not hear them roaring everywhere. Roar, 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 roar. They're not walking around just roaring. If you hear a lion roar, because there's an issue.
Lions roar for many reasons, including communicating, marking territory, showing power, scaring off intruders, and expressing emotions. Lions are more likely to roar at night, and their roars can be heard up to 5 miles away. A single roar can reach up to 114 decibels, which is as loud as a chainsaw or snowmobile. The use of lion here drives me bananas. And I know that it's used in the Bible in this kind of idea too. Does not mean there's an issue. I just read off the reasons they roar: communicating, marking territory, showing power, scaring off intruders, and expressing emotions. I mean, sure, sometimes there are issues and they roar, but there are many reasons why they do it. So let's not act like they're only ever fucking roaring for issues. And the fact that I had to look this up and talk about lions and break down why they roar is just wild. Oh my goodness, girlfriend. Why don't you do it? Why can't she do it? Oh, because she doesn't care about sources ever.
Hi, my lovey. There's something, either they're protecting a territory, and sheep.
What was that? Oh, you don't know? Gotcha. Anyway, let's move on to sheep.
Sheep make noise all day. They go all day making noise. Ba, ba, ba. I don't know. Am I doing that right? Ba, ba. All day long, they make noise. Sheep make noise. Lions don't. There's a reason when lions roar. And sheep will make noise all day long. There is power in silence.
No, sheep don't bleat for fun. Okay, I'm reading this off. They bleat primarily as a form of communication to express needs, like finding their lambs, alerting other sheep to danger, or signaling mating intentions. Essentially, it's a way to convey important information within their flock, not for entertainment purposes. Let's learn a little bit more about sheep too. Key points about sheep bleating. Social animals. Sheep are highly social and rely on vocalization like bleating to stay connected with their groups. Different bleat types. Depending on the situation, sheep can produce different types of bleats, such as soft bleat from a mother to her lamb or a more assertive bleat during mating. Not playfulness. That's specifically what this is called, not playfulness. While sheep might sometimes vocalize seemingly without a clear reason, it's usually related to checking on their flock or establishing their position within their group, not just for amusement. So she's wrong. Not surprised. Don't know where she's getting this from, but wherever she's getting it from, it's wrong. They bleat for a reason. And the fact that I have to look that up just to prove her wrong and to prove her story as BS is interesting. Bit wild.
There is power in saying, you know what, I'm not giving this my attention. I'm not giving, and so there may be some of you here today who need to be reminded of one of those three things. Maybe you're a really beautiful girl and you have very ugly, mean girl behavior. And maybe you need to be reminded that you're better than that you are better than that.
Did y'all see that blink? Let's watch it again.
That you are better than that.
Tell me that wasn't a mean girl blink. Y'all probably think I'm ridiculous. I know what a mean girl blink looks like. I wouldn't say I'm a mean girl, but I know what it looks like.
Number two, some of you guys might need to be reminded that your tongue is a powerful place. How are you using it today? Is it powerful? Are you using it to love? Are you using it to build up? People, like sheep, will try so hard to make a lion roar. They will try so hard to antagonize a lion.
Lady, sheep don't give a shit. Sheep don't care about a lion's roar. You know what? Actually, they prefer to get the hell away from it, I'm sure. I'm sure the lion wants a little nibble on the sheep, so I'm sure they're scurrying the hell away, yelling at all the other sheep to run as fast as they can. Also, I feel like it's rare that lion and sheep are around each other, but it is what it is, whatever, who cares? None of this makes sense anyway. Like, I get the idea that she's going for it, but it's wrong. It's ridiculous.
But at the end of the day, there's one thing that doesn't change. Sheep will always be sheep, and lions will always be lions.
Amen. Amen. And humans will always be humans. Oh, you didn't like that one because you don't want to be judged on your humanity. But you'll judge a sheep on their bleat?
Lions don't have to scream from the mountaintop that they are the king of the jungle.
They literally do that in Lion King. They're literally screaming from the mountaintop that they're king of the jungle. In Lion King. Are you saying that they're wrong in Lion King?
Their actions, their identity is bound in being a lion. Sheep have to go around finding their identity in this noise that they make all day long.
What the f*** does that mean? Sheep don't care about their identity, homie. They probably know their identity better than you do. You're sitting here acting like your humanity's not really part of you. Come on now.
So I'm going to say what I said, and that's it. Okay.
That was a mean girl clap if I've ever heard one. All right, that's enough of that one. That was fun, huh? Okay, here's the next one. And this is a little bit older one, from earlier this year maybe, but I've been wanting to cover it. I just haven't known where to throw it in because it's only like a minute and 19 seconds long.
Inflation is only a problem if you're not on God's economy, but if you're a child of God, then guess what? The rules are different. Yeah, it's true. His word said that he is Jehovah Jireh. None of this is catching God by surprise. He knows exactly what's going on, and he knows how to provide for you through the famine. In fact, he will give you details before it even starts, prophetically, just like he did for me. And he has called me to release a prophetic mandate onto his daughters. Here's what you do during inflation. You start digital marketing because there's 1 billion users on Instagram, and there's this new thing called master resale rights. You can sell digital products that you don't even have to create for 100% profit. Anyway, that's what I did. I got the memo. I released the memo, and God has changed my life. And in 4 months, I gained 100,000 followers. I make money while I'm sleeping. I have 4-figure days. I built an online course, online ministry, online communities, and so much more. And I can teach you to do the same thing. Just come and learn. I'll get you the information to get started.
But that is just such a bunch of BS. That is wild. And you know what? Now I'm going to go through it and we're going to break it down, okay? I just had you to get the full effect first before I stopped it.
Inflation is only a problem if you're not on God's economy, but if you're a child of God, then guess what? The rules are different.
No, they're not. Where? Are y'all Christians not telling me something? Do y'all get paid by God? Does God give you money? God's giving money. I'll go back. I'll rejoin.
Yeah, it's true. His word said that he is Jehovah Jireh. None of this is catching God by surprise. He knows exactly what's going on, and he knows how to provide for you through the famine. In fact, he will give you details before it even starts, prophetically, just like he did for me. And he has called me to release a prophetic mandate onto his daughters.
This lady is saying that God gave her a prophetic message to tell us to join digital marketing. I just need that to settle. If that is not the most unhinged shit I've heard in a while, I'm telling you, this lady is off her rocker. If there was a rocker, she couldn't sit on it.
Here's what you do during inflation. You start digital marketing because there's a billion users on Instagram, and there's this new thing called master resale rights. You can sell digital products that you don't even have to create for 100% profit. Anyway, that's what I did. I got the memo. I released the memo, and God has changed my life. And in 4 months, I gained 100,000 followers. I make money while I'm sleeping. I have 4-figure days. I built an online course, online ministry, online communities, and so much more. And I can teach you to do the same thing. Just comment, learn. I'll get you the information to get started.
My hope for humanity is dwindling fast for this kind of shit. I just thought that was so wild that we all had to watch it together, because if I had to see it, so did you. These master resale rights, these MLM scammers, MRRs also, or master resale rights with this digital marketing stuff, which by the way, it's not actually digital marketing, it is a scam too. I think a lot of times this is what it looks like when you haven't gotten the help you need. You might be going, JulieJo, that's pretty intense. Well, so were they. Anywho, let's move on. So this is from Brit. If you don't remember, Brit did not like my video on her, the first one I did a few months ago, and this is something she posted, and it's just laughable. It's quick, to the point, and I don't even know, I think there's music, so I might even be able to play music. It says, imagine launching a 2040 business model in 2024 with 40,000 affiliates on board in the first 60 days of pre-launch. So a 2040 business model. It's a multi-level marketing company, friends. That's like an 1886 business model. What was the first MLM? I think that was Avon. The company that Avon ended up becoming started in the late 1800s, but like early 1920s was, I guess, officially like when MLM started. So no, it is not a 2440 business model. You wackadoodle, by the way, Brie. You're a wacko for saying that. You know that, right? That's wild of you to say. Also, when they say 40,000 affiliates on board in the first 60 days of pre-launch, that means 40,000 people typed in their email to get information, not that they're actually on board. It's just so funny. A 2040 business model in 2024. If it was a 2040 business model in 2024, you wouldn't have it in 2024. You dorkaroni? Anyway, I love covering Brie. She's such a funny one. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had actually a really fun time doing this one. This was really fun. So I hope you have a wonderful day. And like I said, if you want to support the channel for free, which I would appreciate, you can hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.